There's no doubt that Lebanon is facing a serious crisis with the Syrian refugees issue. And there is no doubt, as I summarized what happened really with the $1 billion offer that the EU gave Lebanon, I kind of put it in a context of it's one wrong step in the right direction. And some people asked me, why is it the wrong step in the right direction? I simply said, because we should have approached the whole Syrian refugee issue in a more 360 comprehensive approach, because this is not even band-aiding the problem. The problem is more complex, more complicated. It has costed the Lebanese economy tens of billions of dollars over the past 12 years. But back to your question, Dan, now that the Lebanese government ended up accepting this deal, despite that I, as Minister of Economy, have a lot of, a lot of things that I will have to discuss with the government next week, due to the understanding from an economic perspective that that package does not help. It will create more of a problem. But given now that the package is in place, we definitely, as you mentioned, need to do the best use and have the best approach to use those funds to really put a serious program in place. First of all, to facilitate the return of those refugees. Second, to spend this money very wisely, very transparently, and very smartly to make this due process or this operation the best thing that Lebanon can offer. Because this is a very serious problem. It is probably the most dangerous problem that Lebanon is facing, and I'm talking from 12 years until now. Add on top of that the war that's happening now in Lebanon. So all those are really challenges that are piling up, and $1 billion is not just from an economic perspective, even from a social perspective, Dan, cannot do much, but can at least get us starting at some point doing something about this problem.
So, Minister, we know this is a major issue for the Lebanese government and for the economy, as you've been saying, but the overall EU package aims to reduce migration through economic development. So what do you need to do now to make sure this aid isn't wasted and actually addresses the core issues that fuel this migration? If it's such a big problem, then what else can you do beyond just this funding to address it?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want, Dan, always to put the blame on the West, as we say. I mean, we don't want to always put the blame on the EU or any other country that is being impacted by the refugees issue. We are way overdue for a lot of reforms. We are way overdue to have put a solution to the Syrian refugees issues a decade ago. We as a government, not just this government, I'm talking about 2-3 governments going back almost a decade or over a decade ago, did a very poor job, I would say a shameless job towards this country, towards Lebanon, to protect its borders and to have more monitoring, better monitoring, and to invest the monies that we had over the years from all the donor countries to put a decent program to organize better the refugees issue and not to have a spillover into Europe and other places around the world. This is what we have to do now. This is what we need to do fast. And it had to be done, again, as I said, very transparently, in a very targeted and objective way, helping only this problem.
Right.
Those funds need to be used very smartly, particularly working on the return and the safe return of those refugees to their country.